Hey, what's up, everybody? This is Charles Sabansi. I want to welcome you guys to another episode of the Dreamerspro Show, where we cover everything from sports, hot topics, classic debates, entertainment, and when we give you guys a fresh perspective on things and how we see them. And today we got a pretty interesting show. It may piss off a lot of people, but as you guys know, I really don't give a damn. I'm going to speak my piece. So before we get into it, please make sure you like the video and subscribe to the channel. So funny enough, Marco, the co-founder of Dreamerspro, he actually brought something to my attention that somebody made a video about, not a video, a live about us. Some bum ass creator, he did a live about us, Suzette, and he had some things to say. Oh, how do we even know he's real? This is the level of stupidity we're dealing with in the internet. Somebody that you can go and check on LinkedIn. I put my LinkedIn up there. We're still waiting for yours, Mr. Cockeyed, leaning head whenever you speak. Let me get into the content here. I just had to throw that quick jab to my daughter, Suzette. Anyway, let me get into this video here. So as you guys know, we are living in the super team era, right? It's kind of dying down, but we got some cats that definitely want to keep it alive. Now, what are we talking about, the super team era? LeBron James came under a tremendous amount of criticism in the summer of 2011 when him, the Miami Heat, Dwayne Wade, and these guys formed this super team. The super team consisted of arguably a top 3 player in the NBA in LeBron James. You had Dwayne Wade, who had won a Finals MVP in the year prior, had led the league in scoring. And you had a Chris Bosh, who was an 18-10 guy or whatever it is, playing for the Toronto Raptors. These guys came together, and at one point, I think that Miami Heat team won 20-something games in a row. It was crazy. It was crazy when they hit their stride. And when that happened, when LeBron and these guys came out there and said, not 1, not 2, not 3, not 4, not 5, not 6, not 7, for the people that are old enough, or don't remember, the reason LeBron was saying that was because he knew that they had just formed a super team with guys all in their prime. That's the fundamental difference. These guys were not on the tail end of their prime. You cannot be on the tail end of your prime and you just led the league in scoring in Dwayne Wade. These guys were in the heart of their prime. LeBron was in his prime. So that's the fundamental difference. When you look at the Boston Celtics, they were older players in the back end, tail end of their prime, right? Their 30s. LeBron and these guys, LeBron was under 30 years old. Dwayne Wade, I think, was in his late 20s. Chris Bosh was in his 20s. Those guys, the Ray Allens, the Kevin Garnett, those guys were in their 30s at the time that was happening. They were not Kevin Garnett. I mean, because Kobe Bryant is 6 years older than LeBron. So those guys were older, right? That's why most people didn't put too much about it, because they were older guys. So a lot of people wanted to see that team lose. A lot of people. I remember. And when they lost in the NBA Finals to the Dallas Mavericks, a lot of people were happy because, they didn't like, a lot of fans didn't like the fact that they did that. That happens. Some years go by, and Kevin Durant takes what LeBron James did and took it to another level. He goes and joins a team that had just gone to the finals, and then he goes out there and turns that team, and had won a championship, at the team that just beat them, goes out there to form this almighty super team, right? And we all knew it was a super team. No doubt about it. KD was in the heart of his prime. Stephen Curry was not as good as he is now, but he was damn good because he had already had that season when he won unanimous. I mean, it was insane, and KD got his own form of criticism. So this morning, I was doing some research, and I came across an article from Yahoo Sport. And essentially, this article entailed some comments that Julius Erving's Dr. J had to make about Kevin Durant and about his team hopping. So let me get into this article here. Starts off, Julius Erving slams how Kevin Durant has hopped around joining super teams. Julius Dr. J. Erving has aligned himself with the malcontents against super teams in the NBA era and negated Kevin Durant's career moves to multiple franchises. During an interview with NBA media personality Joy D'Angelo, released on Thursday, the Hall of Famer disparaged the lack of parity among teams in the league. Erving explained how that's resulted from all-stars leaving teams for their desired trade destinations or in free agency to join other all-stars to form super teams and chase titles. Since the prisoners are running the show, not the warden, Irvin said before he was interrupted by D'Angelo to clarify his metaphor, is just where the star player on the team is like, screw this city and all their support that they've given me, and I'm going south. I'm going to Florida, or I'm going to LA, I'm going to Texas, or I'm going somewhere else. So, these decisions, they're business decisions, understand or whatever, but they have not helped the game. They have not helped parity within the game when they build super teams, right? Wherever he goes, he probably will finish his career because of his age and the fact that he played 11 years and he wants to have a chance to win winning the championship and doesn't think he can get there. So that's a good reason for him, Irving said. But a guy who's 26 or 27 wanting to hop around, look at how many times Durant has hopped around. No, for real. OKC, Golden State, where he'd go after that. Now it's Phoenix. And he goes on. And of course, he forgets to mention the Brooklyn Nets, right? Now, some people will say, but wait a minute, why are you including LeBron in this? He didn't mention LeBron. I think he's talking about players like KD. And this is the thing that KD and LeBron, and this is the thing that I think some of these guys in the media have massively done. They've tried to make it seem like it's a KD thing and it's only a KD thing when it's not. It's a LeBron thing and it's a KD thing. They're part of it. There's no way you're going to convince me that KD is out here building super teams and he's the only one doing it. No, LeBron did it too. There's no two ways to slice it. He did it too. They're both culprits. And now you have other stars like Kawhi Leonard, who I'm looking at. They're trying to build super teams. Now, obviously, some of these players have diminished value, like the Russell Westbrooks and those guys. They're trying to do it in some ways. Obviously, you have what's happening with the Phoenix Suns right now. So it's the new wave. But these guys are the ones that ushered it into the next level. KD and LeBron. And if you don't say that, then you're just being you're not being honest, and I can't deal with you. And therefore, I think your opinion is null and void. Nobody needs to be caring about what you're thinking, because if you're not going to be honest, then nobody cares. Nobody's going to sit up here and accuse me of not telling the truth. Didn't we just produce the last 3 or 4 shows on the Clippers? What was I not talking about my favorite player in these guys? No, help me understand. Was I not? I'm not torquing it up for nobody. I'm not torquing it up. You're not going to be tossing your ones at me. I'm not interested. Sorry, bruh. Not twerking for you. I think he is talking about the KD. I think just KD is a recent guy. LeBron just formed a super team in LA, but it didn't work. Oh, have we forgotten? Have we forgotten? They formed what? Russell Westbrook, himself, Anthony Davis. Was that not a super team? If that team had worked out, you're going to tell me it's not a super team? 3 top 75 guys. 2 of them are multiple-time league MVPs. You have Anthony Davis, who's a top 75 player. Are you kidding me? That was a super team. You better believe it. As KD tried to set up his own super team with Kyrie Irving, James Harden, and himself in Brooklyn. Like, let's not twerk that much. Like, let's stop with the gyrating and let's stop. They're talking about these dudes. They're the ones that are taking this thing to the next level. Now, it didn't work out with Russell Westbrook, but you got to be a flaming idiot to say that Russell Westbrook wasn't a top 75 player for the Lakers before they got. So why the hell did they want him then? Like, let's not be stupid. But this is how stupid some people can be. So you don't understand. There's some people that can look at the truth and tell you a bold-faced lie and act like as if they're saying something innovative when they know they're lying straight through their teeth. Bad actors is what we're dealing with. But I think he's talking about these guys. And if he's not, these are the guys I'm talking about, because these are the main culprits of it. These are the main culprits of it. We're not talking about forming super teams when guys are on the tail end of their careers. We're not talking about Kobe Bryant, Gary Payton, and these guys who are about 2 or 3 years before retiring, and Karl Malone that could barely get up and down the court. We're not talking about those guys. We're talking about young guys that can still play, that are still somewhere in their prime. Those dudes were not in their prime. So let's not even twerk it up to that level. I think he's right. And if you don't like my opinion, you don't need to watch, but you're going to be here. You're going to be here, and I'm going to tell you guys what I think. Whatever you guys think, please leave your thoughts in the comment section. We catch you guys on the next show. Peace.